All right, good morning, guys. Got a lot going on this morning. Okay, Thinkorswim's lagging a little bit. Anybody else having issues with Thinkorswim right at this moment? Because apparently I am. Yeah. Oh boy, we're going to have another start to the week like last week with Thinkorswim acting crazy. CGIX looks like it's popping. I can't see the chart. All I can see is the level 2. Looks like it's trying to break over 8. So my level 2s are switching. That's something. Fantastic. Starting out Monday with Thinkorswim acting crazy. Next there, CGIX just popped that showing at 8:30. So yeah, that did start popping. That's how important the level 2 is. I saw on the level 2 it was starting to try to break 8. And I could tell it was popping. So without seeing the charts or time and sales, I was able to, somewhat have an idea of what's going on with the stock just because of the level 2. So level 2 is very, very important. All right, Thinkorswim, pull it together here. Come on. Yeah, this is breaking out pretty nicely. Just pushed up to 860. What's up, Chad? Good morning, buddy. Now it's having a pullback. Looks like it's going to try to build some support at $8, maybe. But I don't know because I can't see my charts. But that's a nice quick pop there on CGIX. Definitely could have got 60 cents or so out of that. See, GVO has a continuation pattern on the daily. So I really wanted to keep an eye on it today. And then Rocket is ripping pretty hard this morning. I don't have any shares of this on my day trading account, but I did buy a few shares of Rocket when it was down at $18. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I bought shares of Rocket back here. Just a few, just on my long-term portfolio, just to see if it would make this nice reversal, which it did on the daily. And now it's up almost to 30. Be interesting to see if it breaks 30 today. Okay, Thinkorswim is being really laggy. So I'm not gonna try to make a trade here for probably about 20 minutes. I'm gonna give Thinkorswim enough time to make sure it's working before I jump into something, because I don't want it I don't want my charts to go out. Yeah, see, it's still laggy. Let's see, let's look at GEVO. So GEVO's in this big triangle. But this is that continuation pattern I was talking about, being about halfway down the big green candle, this red candle here. Usually you get a continuation the next day and get a nice green candle. So GEVO can break over one, let's see. Looks like it's getting hung up at 125. If it can break 125, it might start reversing this trend. It really needs to get over 130 though to break the downtrend. Big buyer just came in there. Yeah, I gotta wait. Gotta wait and make sure Thinkorswim's working. I really don't want to get in a trade and Thinkorswim stop working on me. There's a ton of buyers though sitting at 124. They're slowly getting taken out though. Oh no, that big buyer keeps adding to his position. Interesting. PTI is sold off. Solo still in the downtrend as well. That sold off. And that sold off. BRQS, let's see, what'd you get? Halted? Yeah, BRQS is halted. Breaking over pre-market high. I think GEVO might try to... GEVO looks like it's trying to break this downtrend right now. And it's going to... No, 130 is really trying to hold up. A lot of selling trying to come in here. If I see 130 starting to break, I'm gonna go. 130 started breaking right there. So let's see if this keeps climbing. Let's go running resistance at 140 like it did Thursday. If it can break that, it might be able to keep moving. Very nice. We're breaking this downtrend nice and strong here. a sell-off now, though. Let's see, 130. 130 should try to start holding that support. Got 2 minutes. Yeah, 130 is trying to build us some support. And this was a slow climber Thursday when we traded it, so it may be a slow climber again. Most likely will be. Which I'm kind of fine with that today. Let's see where we got some resistance at 160. So 160's, yeah, 160 is going to be my first price target. Yeah, 160 is really tough. You can see right across here all these candles that hit right there at that 160 area. So that's going to be my price target on this. One forty is definitely gonna be resistance, but it's pretty close to 140. I think it'll try to break through there. Yeah, good buying volume, slowly pushing this up. There we go, moving up to 138. So we're just slowly chugging along. It's gonna act just like it did Thursday and just slowly chug along. Let's see how it acts when it gets to 140. Got close. Let's see, actually, that was the break of the pre-market high. So we just hit a new high a day. CGIX moving up fast, up and down. I don't doubt that. Let's see, 120. I'm going to throw a stop loss in here. Let's see, let's throw it in at 118. That's pretty low. Let's just put that in there for now. So even if it does pull back, I don't think it's going to pull back that far. And if it does pull back that far, then it's not going to rip. So that's a pretty good, that's a 10-cent stop loss. That'll be fine. Let's take a look at CGIX here. So CGIX broke this downtrend for a second, but it's still, now you kind of got the downtrend's right here now. It couldn't break and it couldn't make a new high. Jiva with a pullback all the way to 130. We won't see 130 hold up as support. We also got the 9 EMA at 128 there. So as long as those areas hold up, and this could just be a little healthy pullback. Yeah, CGIX I wouldn't want to touch right at this moment. What's BRQS doing? BRQS slowly moving up as well. Oh no, it got halted, that's right. It got halted breaking the high, but still looks like it's holding up at the moment. A little bit of a flag forming on BRQS. Let's see, I'm gonna try to shrink this list some. Okay, that looks terrible. Solo. What are they producing? Production start date. Oh, they have a start date on Solo for their production, so that's something. XTNT coming up to the downtrend line. Nothing really on XSPI. Rocket getting held up at $30. So it looks to me like Jiva is going to try to get to this 140 here soon. It's slowly kind of building up for his breakout over the 200. Let's see if it can or not. A lot of selling at 138. Well, they just got taken out, so it looks like we're going to try to hit this 140 area right now. Yeah, we're testing 140 right now. A ton of sellers at 140, but it is slowly taking them out. Yeah, 140's breaking down. We're about to get over 140 right here. Very nice. Very nice slow move, Jiva. Very, very nice. Alright, it's still getting held up at 140 though. It did break over for a second, but that's a good sign. So might take it a little bit longer to keep breaking. And Jiva as well, Epic. It's a slow mover. I'm just, Thursday it slowly moved all day, hit the price target. It got out of it, and then I saw it slowly kept climbing some more, and it finally ripped hard and got halted. So I don't know if it's going to do all that today or not, but if it can get through this 140 here soon with the slow movements that it likes to do, then I think it can get to that 160 price target. It might take 30 more minutes or an hour before it gets to that 160, but we'll see. 160. 160 is the price target. Is what I'm looking at. And 160. The reason why is because right here, the tops of all these candles. You see it hit here, broke out there, tried to build some support there, bounced off of 160 here, and then tried to bounce again, and it fell below, and then 160 became resistance. So that's my first price target. If it can get there. It's just, like I said, it might take an hour before it gets there, but I got a 10-cent stop loss in under this 120 area. But if it comes back down that low, it's not going to rip anyway, so it doesn't matter. See, CGIX must have, what is going on? CGIX is all over the place. CGX breaks 925. It's probably going to rip pretty hard. Probably rip up to that pre-market high at 1036. Yeah, that's good. 130 was a good entry. As a smart entry, you wait for it to try to break the downtrend. Then once you break the downtrend, you know you're good to go. So 130, you did it right. I mean, you could have possibly got in early at 125, but at that point, you don't know for sure if it's going to break. So 130 is a pretty safe entry. Let's see if it can break through 140 again here. Broke through once. It looks like it's going to try to break again. It's trying. It keeps taking out, the buyers keep taking out sellers here, but still more selling keeps coming in. Hmm, 140 is really holding up this time around. Yeah, sellers don't want this over 140. This may pull back a little bit here on this candle. I have to consolidate a little bit before it breaks 140. Let's see what's CGIX. See, CGIX trying to break this downtrend right now. If it breaks that downtrend, I think it'll get up. I think it'll at least try to get the. Let's see, where's the tops of these candles? It'll probably climb to 10. This is a very low float stock, though. That's why it's moving up and down so fast. This is extremely low float. Only 2 million shares. So if big volume starts coming in here at the break of this downtrend, this may rip pretty hard. It's got pretty good volume so far. Well, it may not rip hard until after 10, though. I don't know. But it's still struggling with that downtrend at the moment. Yeah, so GVO did pull back some. That's what I figured. It was going to pull back a little. You see CGIX getting held up at the downtrend. CGIX is also up 200% already too, which is a little concerning. So they got a merger. See, Gevo's trying to break 140 again here. So let's see if Gevo can break through 140. This will be the third time that it's tried to break. It's about to break right here. It's level 2. They're getting taken out. The sellers are having a hard time trying to keep it. Well, now they're still hanging in there. Look at that. There's a good bit of shares that got taken out at 140, but still nothing yet. 200 is holding up pretty tough. CGIX pulling back. Looks like it's going to test 140 another time here. Some decent size orders coming in at 140. Oh, big order. There's some big buyers. There's 11,000 share purchase at 140. Oh yeah, here it comes. Yeah, here it comes. Finally breaking through 140. So we're looking pretty good here. So I'm just gonna let it ride. Just let it take its time. Like I said, I think it'll probably get to 160, but it's gonna take a little while. Let's see, CGIX ripping out of nowhere. This is a good strong break of the downtrend right here on CGIX. But you would have wanted to get in around 9, not way up here. 150 is going to be a little resistance too, but there's not that much. Oops. I mean, there is a couple of spots where 150 was resistance here, 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 and then support there. So 150 will probably be a tough area. One 150 to 160, that area is going to be tough, and if it can break 160, then it's probably going to try to move back to $2. But I don't know if it'll go that high or not. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. I'm getting close to 150 right now. So having a little bit of a pullback here. We want to see 140 start holding that support. As tough as resistance as 140 was, it needs to be new support. The VWAP's at 149. That's about where it hit at too. I'm not too concerned about the VWAP. I mean, I knew 150 area was going to be tough, so. If it breaks the VWAP at 149, it's still got to test 150. So either way, it's pretty much the same. But basically, this whole range of 150 to 160 is resistance. There's some back here too on the past chart. You can see right here 152. The tops of these candles hitting that 150 area, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a lot of resistance. 150 might be more resistance than I think it is. I don't know. I'm gonna wait and give it a chance to see what 150 looks like. If 150 looks like it's gonna be a real big issue, then I'll probably lock some out there. But I don't really want to lock anything out till 160 if I can. But 150 may hold up. Like I said, at this point, we just want 140 to hold the support. As long as 140 starts becoming strong support, then it can test 150 a couple of times. But we don't want it testing 140 a whole lot. Like 1 or 2 tests would be alright, and that's about all we wanted to test at 140. We do have the 9 EMA at 137, so it looks like it's going to try to test 140. Maybe not. Then we got the 141, which is good. That's a good sign. We want buyers to come in above that support anyway, so that's good. That's a good thing. It's not a super fast moving stock though. That's the thing you gotta keep in mind with this. It is a little bit higher float, 53 million shares. It doesn't move very fast unless tons and tons of buying volume comes in. But like this one candle is 4 million in volume, and this candle is from 133 to 141, so it's not a very big move for that much volume. So it's just a slow mover. It's a creeper. It's a creeper and a chugger. It just chugs and creeps. It's the Joe Biden of penny stock. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. I try not to get political on this channel. No, I don't think that's political, making fun of him. It's just funny. Jivo's just sneaking up behind 150 and gonna start sniffing at 150 here soon. Hey, if you want to exit at take some off at 150, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, it could just as easily get stopped at 150 and then not break out. You know, I wouldn't be surprised at all. I just think it's got a little bit more than that, but I could easily be wrong. Because, I mean, you're in at 130, you know, it gets to 150. That's a 20-cent move on a dollar stock. So that's a pretty decent gain so far. I mean, you can see 150 is struggling a little bit there. CGIX up to 10. Been in SONN. Let's take a look at SONN real quick. And it did break the downtrend, but there's not a lot of volume. I mean, you got really light volume at the moment. There was some decent volume in there when it did start breaking the downtrend, but it's kind of died off at the moment. I mean, it's all right. There's no PR. That would be a little bit of a concern, but that doesn't necessarily. You're going to want to see some buying volume come in soon. Buying volume doesn't come in and start pushing this up, then it might just keep selling off. Let's see, GVO, where you at? Okay. So GVO still getting held up at that 150 area. Well, if you got a stop loss in, you know, just to make sure you don't have too low of a stop loss. Because like I said, it's gonna if volume doesn't start coming back into this soon, then it may sell off. See this 1 minute a little bit closer here. We're in a pretty good sell-off on GEVO here. That 150 really holding up. And our 140 support just cracked. So getting a little bounce off the 9 EMA and this 140 support. With a pretty sharp downtrend. CGIX did hit a new high today. Oops. And we still got good buying volume on GVO, so I think it's just consolidating. It's going to probably the next time it touches 150, it's probably going to break it. If it can get back up there. Okay, so there's kind of the mini downtrend it's in at the moment. CGIX all the way back down to 850. Shoo! Man, this is, that's very, very low float stock. This is the crazy stuff that happens. Super fast moves. Like last time I looked at it was at 1039, now it's back down to 850. That's a $2 move in like a very short time span. With a stock like that, you kind of got to scalp it. Scalp the rips. Chivo needs to get over 145 here soon. It's getting held back right here at 145. We got 30-40 seconds on this candle to close. Move my stop loss up a little bit because there's no reason for it to be way down there at the point that this is at now. Which, if it starts testing 150 again, I'm going to cancel my stop loss and start looking to lock out. A lot of selling in this little downtrend so far. We need to see buyers start to come back in. See, it's trying to test that 140 support again here. We don't want it to test 140 too many more times. Really want to see 140 hold up right here as well. And it's trying this little hard out to hold up 140. I don't know if it's going to hold up or not. Oh, no, cracking there a little bit. Yeah, so buyers came in there pushing it back off the 9. That's what we want to see. Still getting held up at this downtrend though. Needs to break over that pretty soon. Either before the end of this candle or the next candle. see, is anything else ripping? BRQS slowly climbing up to 2. Whoops. Volume may be. Volume may be leaving. Oh, crack 140 again. I don't know, Jiva. I don't know what you're doing. This is a lot of selling so far. Four candles of red. It's kind of curling over. Big buyer in there at 138. See if this does break 2, it's going to run into 220. I don't know about that. Looking at BRQS, possible. Possible breakout over 2 may be coming here. Your TOS crashed? That's kind of scary. I'm going to go 100 shares real quick on BRQS, see if it breaks over 2. If not, I'm going to hop out real quick. Just hit a new high day at 198. I want to see if it's going to push over 2 and get a volume push maybe to that 220. Or I can lock in a quick 20 bucks here possibly. We'll see. Nice, Chad. Nice. 190 is a lot better entry, but I was debating a little bit too long because I thought about it at 190, but it's like, I don't know. This big volume push is what I was looking for to come in and try to break over two. It may have to consolidate a little bit longer. I don't want to hold it too far down either. I want 190 to start holding up as support. 190 starts holding as support and it starts testing two, then it'd be good to go. GVO still around that 140 area. Check. Well, it's all right. It's still trying to hold up that area. Let's see if it breaks two here. Here we go, ripping through two. This is what I was looking for. Very nice. See if we can get up to 220. See, and this is, well, I wonder if volume is going to leave GVO and come over here. Nice job, Epic. Is there any resistance anywhere I should be concerned about besides 220? 213, that 215 area, 220, that whole area is going to be some resistance. Let me flop back over the GVO and see what it's doing. That GVO's still climbing up the 9, that's fine. As long as it's climbing up the 9, I'll just keep holding it. Here we go, starting to push up to 210. Very nice. I'm going to move my stop loss up on GVO, so that way I don't take a loss on it no matter what happens. But BRQS is moving a little bit faster, so I'm going to keep an eye on it here for a second. See if it can get up to this 220 area. It's getting held up at 210 a little bit, but I don't think that's a big deal. Nah, there we go. Right through 210. No problems up to 215. Let's see. I probably lock 50 out up at 220 if we get there. The 215 area is holding up as a little resistance. Oh yeah, here we are, pushing up, pushing up, pushing up. Let's see what happens at 220. So let's see if its stop loss can get hit at 220 for this, or not stop loss, but this little. Bam, got 50 out right there at 220. Beautiful. So I have my position gone at 220. That's my first price target. Let's see if we can try to break 220. 220 was my price target. And that's why I locked 50 out. But I'm wanting to see if it's going to break this 200 day. If it breaks 220, then it's breaking over the 200 day. And looking back, there's not really a lot of resistance all the way up to $3. So it'll be mainly natural support and resistance. I don't know if it's going to go that high or not. I mean, it's got to break this 220 first. You can see the top of that little tick right there hit right at 220. GEVO's starting to look weak. I'm going to go ahead and lock out the rest of GEVO here. Starting to crack the 9. So I'll take that little win there. And then I'll see if I can't make a little bit more on BRQS here. Although it is pulling back a little. Let's see, 220 may have been all this had. If $2 starts to crack, I'm just going to get out and lock my other 50 shares out and just be done. But we start building higher lows, like if it starts holding above $2 here, it looks like it's trying. I mean, we do have a little downtrend here. Here we go. Looks like we're going to try to get up to 220 again, possibly. Let me start. May start flagging a little bit. We're starting to build support at 210. That's a good sign. See, this may try to break 220, and that's what would be very nice to see if it breaks 220. See, there's a little bit at a little resistance at 230, a little bit at 250, but there's really not too much. Oh, we're looking pretty good here. Yeah, we're looking pretty decent for a possible breakout over 220. Boom, we're going through 220. Very nice. Very nice. Nice little push through there. Still might get held back a little bit, but we did just hit a new high at 223. But we're building higher lows, higher highs. So this may actually start breaking out pretty nice. Possibly. Didn't this get halted earlier? Wasn't this the one that got halted out of the gate? I think it was. I'd like to be in a halt today. On the way up, not on the way down though. So probably another little pullback after hitting that high a day. So it's probably gonna, as long as it builds a new low. 210. If 210 can hold as support. Ooh, it cracked right through it though. Be right back, guys. Just a sec. So that 200 day is holding up. We did break over it and move up to 223, but it's still holding up, so we're not out of the woodworks yet. Hmm, 210 cracking a little bit. Do not want this lower than 202. If it drops below 202, then we're not building higher lows anymore. Cracking right now. Need to see $2 hold up. We need to see buyers come in and push this back over $2, like right here in the next second. And they're trying. We want $2. Want $2 to start holding that support. Has strong support. There we go. This is up 130% too right now, so you gotta keep that in mind. 223 could very easily could be all it had. That's why my price target was 220. Yeah, GVO popped off, is all the way back down to 133, so I did good there getting out of that when it cracked the 9. Yeah, I'm out of GVO. I just took the little win on it because it started cracking right here, started cracking the 9 and looking like it was curling down, so I just went ahead and took. I only made 750 on it, but it didn't break that 150. Never got to my price target, and then BRQS getting close to this 220 area of breaking out. I gotta pay a lot more attention to it than I do GVO, so. Testing $2 again. I want to see this hold here. There we go, pushing over at 210 again finally. $2 cracking again. This needs to start pushing up real soon. Ooh, cracking hard here. Still holding up the 9 at 190, but I don't want to hold it much longer than that. It needs to come back off of the 9 here. At 220 was all it had, it looks like, so far. Yeah, this looks like it's going to crack the 9. Yeah, it is cracking the 9. This is no bueno. Got 3 minutes on this candle. I'm trying to give it a chance to bounce off the 9, but it's looking real rough at the moment. $183 is the bottom of that candle. Yeah, this is tough right here, because if it breaks this 9, it's going to drop pretty hard. Got a minute and a half. This really needs to get back over 190 like right now, or it's gonna crack this 9. A lot of selling volume. Got 30 seconds on this candle. We want this candle to get back above 190 before it closes. If this candle closes below 190, I'd say it's probably going to sell off. because it was really struggling to get back above 190. It's not looking good. Not looking good at all here. It's a good thing I locked half of this out at 220. At 183. This is cracking. I'm getting out of it. I'm getting out. I'll take it. It's not much of a win, but, you know, at least it's not a loss. But it looks like it's going to crack. See, how's Givo doing? Well, Givo's just consolidating sideways, so that could go either way. Now this could be as far as it drops on BRQS, but I'm not willing to hold any longer and potentially take a loss on this when, you know, this was a win. Because all I was looking for was 2 to 220, and it got that. I locked out half. I tried to give it a chance to have a nice little pullback and then build its way back up, but when it couldn't break back over this downtrend, and then it started cracking the 9 here. You know, it's showing selling pressure. A lot of selling pressure, and at this point, if it doesn't, like on this candle here, it's like the last ditch effort. If it doesn't get back above 190, then this is going to sell off. It's going to keep dropping down. So it's hard to say at the moment. The downtrend's still all the way up at 197. So it's got to get back above $2 before it's even bullish. So at this point, it may just sell off, and it's up. It was up over 100% as well. So, but I'll take it. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with my entries on everything today. Today's not bad. Not quite as big as wins as I would like, but. Let's see what I make. 575, 750. So I made about $13 today. That's all right. 2 for 2. 2 for 2 small, tiny trades. I'll take it. It's better than a loss. Yeah, CGIX just sold off hard. Couldn't break out over that 1039. And that's the other thing about CGIX. It was up almost 200% up at $2. Something you got to keep in mind when stocks are climbing. Once they start getting up into the 100% or more range, they become a lot more sketchy. Rocket with a gap up. Well, good job on SON, guys. Donna and you guys said you got in on SON there. On this downtrend break, it's actually climbing a little bit for you. So very nice job. BRQS. BRQS is trying to break the downtrend now, so. Yeah, no, that's the good thing. That's why I'm not, that's why I'm fine with taking these small wins, because my analyzation is at least decent. It's better than it has been. So if I can just keep up what I'm doing. I appreciate that. Appreciate the nice words. Oh, the spot. Oh, so this is probably what happened. This is probably why BRQS had such a violent pullback there. Is the SPY, the overall market, had a very violent pullback. What happened? What just happened that made the market pull back like this? I don't see any recent news. I guess it just got rejected at that pre-market high. It's pretty much what it is. So I don't see any other reason why it would have got, the whole market would have got rejected right there. It's a pretty big red candles though for the SPY. Now it's coming back up. So yeah, the market got me there. Now it's coming back up. It's trying to hold the 9, but right there, I mean, at this point you have a decision to make. Is it worth risking it selling off any more from this point and continually dropping, or is it worth it to try to hold it and see if it does get back above the 9 like it has here and try to break over this downtrend? So BRQS may not be done yet. It's hard to say. It could go either way at this point. Exactly, Chad. Exactly. We all wanna. That's why we want to build a nice community here, so everybody can grow together and become better traders. Now, I'll let you guys know, I am going up north this weekend, so there will not be a stream Friday. I know last Friday there was supposed to be a stream, but there wasn't. But I didn't have enough time to really do it because I had a meeting with my real estate agent, and I couldn't swing it Friday. I thought I was going to be able to, but I couldn't. But this Friday, I'm telling you now, on Monday there will not be a stream because I'm leaving early in the morning to go up north, and then Monday there won't be a stream that following Monday because I won't be back in time. I probably won't be back until midday Monday, so bit of a short week of trading for me. But once I get back, I should have everything lined up to sell this property, and then hopefully I can start spending a lot more time with the channel and start the day trading, or the Traders Lounge live streams and all that. That is my plan. You see BRQS selling off right there. Had a quick little pop up off the 9, but selling off, so it's pretty much done. That's what I was concerned about. I was concerned about this happening over here, but I'll take it. I'll take the small little wins any day over any type of loss. Is there anything else going on at all? I don't see anything else. It looks. I don't know if A with a little pop. Alright, I don't have any funds left for today anyway. So, does anybody have any questions, suggestions, or ideas? If you want to go ahead and get those in. I do have a photographer coming for the listing of this house, so I gotta take my dog to doggy daycare here soon. No, I don't want to put more money in the account because I just want to grow it the way I'm growing it, real slow like. And I know I'm trading with very small shares at the moment, but I'm trying to really hone my trading skills with the small shares. And then as it grows, I'll start scaling it up. But I don't want to put any more money in right now, because I want to be able to scale this account up, just like anybody who's a new trader who would be, starting out with a small amount of money. It's just taking me a while. But it's hard to grow a cash account with just a small amount of money. So it's taken me, it's taken me pretty much all year, and I'm really not even growing. I'm still a little bit under what I started with. So the plan is to just to really hone in and grow this account. Eventually, though, I mean, if I can get this count up to 10,000, or if I get the count up to three or 4,000 from where it's at now, I think I'm at like 937. Yeah, 937. So if I can get it up to 3,000, then I'll start scaling up and I'll start going 300 shares on stocks, and you know, like Gevo in this break, if you could go 1,000 shares right here at $1.30 and it runs up to $1.50, that's $200. That's a quick, easy $200. So I don't really no, I don't really have a day job per se. I do Grubhub and DoorDash here and there just to make a little extra money. The day trading's really, you know, I make some money off of the YouTube channel. I own a triplex, which is what I'm currently in the process of selling. I have a portfolio with dividend stocks in it that is constant income. So I have a lot of different streams of income, and I'm working on growing the ones that can be grown. Like Grubhub and DoorDash, that really can't be grown. No, that's just something easy, because I was a restaurant manager for 6 years, and most of the time I was working 60, 70 hours a week, and I would not be able to day trade too much. Like I tried to trade when I could, but when I'd have to be at the restaurant super early in the morning, I would miss out on trading, and I'd only be able to trade a couple of days a week. I wouldn't have any time for the YouTube channel. So I got to a point to where I was financially stable enough to not have to work at a restaurant. So as a manager, because manager hours are ridiculous. I was tired of being paid salary and ended up working 60, 70 hours a week. So I used it to keep, I just stayed there long enough to where I could get stable enough to not have to do that. And now I just do all the things I want to, or try to at least. But like as soon as I sell this triplex that I'm currently selling, which is why the streams have been short some days, and some days I've not been able to get to it because I've been working on getting this place finished up so it could be sold. And then as soon as I sell this, we're gonna go look for another property that some type, either another multifamily or a single family that needs some work to be flipped. And then from there, I have plans to keep growing my real estate investments, keep growing my stock portfolio investments, keep day trading, keep growing the YouTube channel, and then all that'll be all good. Well, here's the thing, Epic. You could add money, but if you just keep growing it slowly, eventually you'll get over the PDT rule. And really, with a cash account, you don't really have to worry about the PDT rule. If you've got 10,000 in your account, just trade 5,000 on Monday, 5,000 on Tuesday, 5,000 on Wednesday, 5,000 on Thursday. You'll be making plenty of money. You won't have to be on margin or deal with the PDT rule. You don't have to trade 5 or 6 times a day. Like I traded twice today and was profitable. I know it's not a lot of profit, but it is still profit. And if I was trading with 5,000, these profits would be quite a bit bigger. So I mean, if that's the only reason why you want to add more cash is just to get over the PDT rule, I don't think that's necessary. Like I'm working with a 900 account and I'm trading, every single day with only 900 on a cash account. So, and before that, it was lower than that. It was down like 760 or something. But hey, it's your account. You do what you want with it. I'm just telling you, I don't think it's necessary. I think you'd be fine just continually trading, just split your account up. Because what I see happen a lot of times, traders when they get margin accounts over the PDT rule, they tend to overtrade. And so like, say on BRQS, you get in, you make a quick little profit, and then let's say you try to get back in here when it started breaking the downtrend, and then it drops on you, and now you're negative. Well, you've made 2 trades so far, you're negative. Now you're going to start looking for something else. You start looking for something else, maybe something else crashes on you, and the snowball effect of over trading and revenge trading because you took a loss on something will happen. So I like the restrictions of a cash account, keeping me honest and keeping me only trading 2 to 3 times max a day. Because a lot of times if I get a good enough win, then I'm just done for the day. At one trade, bam, nice win, I'm done for the day. You know what I mean? That way you're not over trading. It keeps you honest. Yeah, I'm not a fan of options. Options, the fact that if the price breaks even with your price and you still take a huge loss, that's very risky to me. Plus stocks, you're buying an actual piece of the company, where options is a little bit different. I don't know a ton about options, but I've looked into it and I just don't like it. I would if I had to trade something else besides stocks, it would be forex. Yeah, I mean if you're scalping, yeah, you could just keep growing your account, and then you can scalp when you want. I get the see, scalp is always the thing. Scalping is pretty much the only thing that I can see making multiple trades all the time. Like scalpers, and the way you do it is pretty good. You're scalping in and out pretty fast on plays. So for that reason, if that's what you're gonna keep doing is just keep scalping, then yeah, you probably could add more money. You just don't want to, even with scalping, you still don't want to overtrade though. But as long as you're keeping your stops really tight with scalping, then it's you can do good with scalping. I haven't actually ever traded options, so I really don't know if penny stocks are more fun or not. But one thing that one thing with penny stocks is sometimes you catch a big runner. Like it doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen. And there's been a couple of big runners this year. But sometimes the penny stock market gets extremely hot, and you get some really big, massive runs. Like Jivo went from $1 all the way up to 217, which was a pretty good run. especially for this stock. But I'm talking about parabolic moves from like $2 up to $20, things like that, in a matter of like an hour or a couple hours. So those big, yeah, Kodak was a big one. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the huge rips. Let's see how Kodak's doing lately. Yeah, Kodak was a very big rip. I mean, from $6 that day before, all the way up to 60. That's a massive gain. If you can catch these right when they happen, you can make a ton of money. But the thing is, you just got to be consistent until you hit one of those big ones. So like these little trades, that I'm making, they add up over time. But eventually, if I continue to be consistent, I will hit one of these big runners. Most likely. But that's only if I continue to stay consistent. So that's the key. You have to stay consistent and keep your losses really small and just keep slowly building your account and then take it when the big runners come. What do you mean as far as more, if pre-market didn't exist, there would be bigger rips? You're probably right. Pretty much a lot of this year, a lot of rips have been starting in pre-market. Market's all right today, Junior. Got a couple little wins in today. Not too bad. The SPY's starting to bounce off that little sell-off that it had. Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be rips in pre-market. And sometimes it doesn't translate over into the daytime. But still, pre-market is pretty sketchy to me because you can't just get in and out of the stocks. I'll trade pre-market here and there, but for the most part, I try not to. This year has been one of the choppiest years for day trading, in my opinion, because of everything that's gone on. In the past, usually you have trends that happen for a month or two. Like there'll be, like in January, it may be pot stocks that are all moving. So every day, just look at pot stocks. And then February, it may be pharmaceuticals. And then March, it may be something else. Usually the trends last longer. Where this year, it's been like every day is different in the market. Like every single day is different. It's like one day the market's hot, the next day it's dead. Like in the past, it's always been, okay, it's hot this month, this whole month is going to be hot, and you can be pretty consistent because it's going to be hot day every single day in the market. Where this year, that's just not been the case. It's been up and down and back and forth, and it's all over the place. So we'll see. We'll see how next year goes. Usually the fall is pretty hot. Especially the penny stock world. Usually the shipping companies get hot around next month. They usually start heating up in September. Pot stocks usually heat up in September. September, October, they'll start slowly heating up, and then usually November is pretty hot. In December, the first couple of weeks is hot, but the last couple of weeks of December is tricky because a lot of big traders are selling out of positions and stuff like that. A lot of institutions, because if you sell out of your positions before the end of the year, then you can there's a tax thing you can do with them, and then buy back into them at the beginning of the year. So it usually it's pretty slow that last 2 weeks. Plus it's Christmas and all that. But that's how it normally is. Now this year I don't know. That's what the point I was making, is how crazy this year has been. It's been so different than other years. That's very possible that we may not have that consistency this year. Large caps have been consistent because of the giant dip they had. Normally we don't have a giant dip in the market like we did this year. Like a black swan dip or whatever some people call it. So, I mean, when the stock market before was slowly nicely climbing, and all these large caps were climbing nicely, and then this huge sell-off happens, you got a lot of buying coming back in. So that's why it's continually pushing up. People are optimistic. We just hit a new high on the SPY. So from here to here, large caps have definitely been consistent, and there's been good money. Normally, if you don't have this massive of a dip in the middle of the year like this, then large caps will just slowly keep climbing like they had been doing before. But I mean, institutions are loading back up. Let's see. I mean, you got institutions that are loading back up through here on large caps, and big traders and investors. And that could be part of the reason why the penny stocks have been a little less consistent with the trends, is because a lot more volume is probably in people buying this big dip all the way up. Well, we did have some consistency there at the beginning. I think it was March, where there was a lot of COVID testing. Companies trying to get COVID tests and vaccines and stuff. Those are kind of consistent there for a while, but other than that, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everybody who was on large caps from that big dip has seen green. My portfolio, I loaded up on a few things. Well, I didn't load up, but I got a few things back in here somewhere where my portfolio looks nice, like IIPR, beautiful rip. I got IIPR down at 77. 77 right through here. So that's pretty nice gain so far. CRISPR I got at. What did I get CRISPR at? I can't remember what I got CRISPR at. I think I got CRISPR at like 60. Yeah, I got CRISPR at 65. So got CRISPR back here, and it's consolidating right now, trying to break over 100. And then I got a few other REITs. I picked up some AMD at $50, or maybe I think I got AMD a little lower than 50. I think I got AMD at like 48. So yeah, anybody who bought in started buying large caps in that dip or after that dip definitely is doing pretty decent. Like, I didn't buy a ton, but it was enough to be worth it. But we'll see. We'll see what the rest of this year brings. I have no idea what to expect. We got this election coming up. It's been a crazy year thus far. People need to stop singing Baby Shark. Apparently, Baby Shark is a satanic chant that opens the gates of hell, from what I've seen on social media, people saying. So we'll see. Well, alright guys, appreciate everybody joining me today. We will be back tomorrow. You guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe out there. Until next time.